I knew something was wrong the moment I saw my shoes by the door. I hadn't worn them in years. They were scuffed at the toes, laces knotted the way I used to tie them when I was younger. Too tight, like I was afraid they'd run away without me. I stood there staring at them, heart thudding, trying to remember when I'd taken them out of storage. Couldn't. The flat smelled different too. Not rot, not damp. Human, like warm skin that had been shut in a room too long. I locked the door behind me and didn't take my eyes off the shoes as I walked past. The living room looked normal. The kitchen light was off. The hallway mirror reflected me exactly as expected. That was the second problem. It reflected me. Later, it wouldn't. The first night, I heard movement in the wardrobe. Not rummaging, not shuffling, breathing, slow, careful, like something practicing the rhythm. I lay in bed holding my phone, screen dark, listening to it breathe through layers of wood and clothing. Every instinct told me not to check. I checked anyway. The wardrobe door was closed. The handle was warm. Inside, my clothes hung neatly, just as I'd left them. Except one hanger was empty. On the floor beneath it sat a folded outfit. Mine, the exact clothes I'd worn that day. I backed out of the room and slept on the couch with every light on. Things began disappearing after that. Not valuables, not electronics, personal things. A jacket I hadn't worn since a bad winter. A scarf that still smelled faintly of someone I used to love. An old shirt with a tear I'd never fixed because I remembered how it happened. Each item vanished quietly, and each morning something new appeared. A pair of gloves laid out carefully on the counter. A belt draped over the back of a chair. Socks placed side by side, toes aligned. Always clean, always folded, always mine. I started locking the bedroom door. It didn't matter. One night, I woke up standing in the hallway, barefoot on cold tiles. My hands empty but aching like I'd been carrying something heavy. The wardrobe door was open. Inside, the empty hanger was gone. In its place hung a shape. At first, I thought it was shadow. Then it shifted. The clothes inside the wardrobe weren't hanging anymore. They were being worn. Not properly. Not correctly. Sleeves stretched too long. Fabric pulled in places it shouldn't. Buttons fastened wrong. Like whoever wore them didn't understand what went where. The thing inside my wardrobe turned its head. I saw the inside of my jacket move where a chest should have been. There was no body, just clothing holding itself together. I slammed the door and ran. The next morning, the mirror stopped working. I stood in front of it brushing my teeth, foam on my lips, when I realized the reflection was a second behind me. Not delayed like lag. Choosing. I raised my hand. The reflection raised it too, but slower, like it was checking whether it should. I dropped the toothbrush. The reflection smiled. I didn't. I stopped wearing anything I cared about. I bought cheap clothes. Generic things. No memories attached. The thing didn't take those. It only wanted the old things. The ones I'd kept. The ones I'd survived in. Late one night, I heard the wardrobe open again. This time, footsteps followed. Soft, uneven, fabric whispering against itself. I stayed frozen on the couch, staring at the dark hallway as it approached. I stepped into the light. It wore my clothes badly. My jacket hung off a shape that bent where no joints existed. My trousers dragged behind it, one leg longer than the other. A scarf wrapped around nothing, tightening and loosening as if something inside was swallowing. Where its face should have been, my hoodie sagged inward, hood drawn tight, tilted its head. From inside the layers of fabric came a sound like fingers rubbing together. Learning. You can have them, I whispered. Just take them. The thing stepped closer. It raised a sleeve. Inside it, something pressed outward, a hand-shaped absence. Then it spoke, not with a mouth, with the clothes. My jacket tightened around its shoulders. My scarf twisted, and in my own voice it said, I need more. I fled the flat that night, left everything behind. I didn't look back. I stayed with a friend, bought new clothes, slept in borrowed fabric that smelled like someone else's life. For a while it worked. Then I noticed the shoes by the door. Not mine this time, hers, clean, laced carefully, facing inward. She frowned. Did I leave those there? Behind her, the wardrobe door creaked open. I grabbed my coat. I need to go, I said. She laughed. Already? As I left, I heard the sound again. Breathing, practicing. I don't keep clothes anymore. I throw them out when memories start sticking to them. Because whatever is wearing my life now isn't trying to look like me. It's trying to become someone. And it only knows how by wearing what we leave behind.